Morning. All right, first person on. Hello, good morning. All right, everyone. I'm not sure if you did the power yoga last night, but we're gonna slow it down this morning. We're gonna get a nice stretch. Good morning, Leslie. Hello. All right, since I can see you guys on, can you let me know how the music is? Let me know if you can hear my voice or if the music is too loud. Like I said, if you joined last night, our power flow this morning is going to be a little more gentle. And how's that music, everyone? Just like scroll down a little. Okay, everyone. So, welcome to the Hatha class. My name's Edwina. If you don't know who I am, I'll be on for the next few weeks. So I hope you can join my power, my yin class, and my Hatha, of course. So can anyone just give me a thumbs up to let me know that the music is okay? If it's too loud, let me know. I want to make sure you can hear me okay. So, you want to make sure that you have some sort of pillow maybe, or a block. I'm using a resistance band as my yoga strap, or you can use a scarf, a belt, whatever you like. Okay, I'm gonna guess the music is okay. Let's get started in our Hatha. So we're just gonna come to a seated position. You can sit with your legs crossed if you like. Let's sit nice and tall. And in our Hatha class, we want to focus on our breath. Maybe a little too loud. So we want to focus on our breath. And when we're in our yoga poses, we want to hold them a little bit longer. And just try to keep calm. Try to relax as much as you can in each posture. So sitting here nice and tall, let's start to soften our shoulders, soften the muscles in our face. And something simple as relaxing in our hands. Sometimes I like to flip the hands up, just so I know they're a little more relaxed. So from here, we're going to drop our chin to our chest and just feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck. And we can do these half circles in the front, ear to shoulder, then coming back down on the exhale. Inhale as you lift your chin. Exhale as you come around. And just move with your breath. Then one more time to the right side, one more time to the left. And we'll come back to center, bringing the head back up. We're just going to roll our shoulders back, opening up in the chest. So we can just keep rolling backward here, loosening up in the shoulders. So again, your face is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. And we'll go forward with the circular motion. So from here, let's extend our legs straight out in front of us. We're going to lift up through the chest. We're going to simply come into our staff pose, reaching the arms up, and we're going to lengthen here, our arms by our ears, lifting up through the chest, extending the legs straight out in front of you, and letting your toes point towards your knees, flexing your feet. So from here, we're going to lengthen, inhale, and exhale. Keep your chest lifted as you reach forward. And we can take our peace fingers to hook onto our big toes. We can grab onto a strap if we like, around the bottom of our feet. And from here, we're just going to lift our chest a little bit more and bring the belly a little closer to the thighs so you can feel a deeper stretch in the hamstrings rather than in your back. Let's focus on the legs, and we're going to breathe here. Now, if you have that hook with your fingers, let's try to bend the elbows down towards the knees or towards your shins. Now I'm thinking this music might be a little too loud. Can you let me know and I'll come and check the comments. So we're going to inhale deeply and exhale. Let's fold forward. Now feeling a nice stretch in your back. And if you can fold right down onto your thighs, go ahead. Again, you can use that strap around your feet to gently pull yourself closer. No tension in your neck. And from here, we're going to slowly roll up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Do a little shake out in your legs here. And from here, we're going to come down on all fours. Wrists beneath the shoulders. Spreading the fingers here, knees in line with the hips. Let's curl the toes under. We're just going to inhale, open up in the chest. And a big exhale, round the back to the sky. Inhaling, open up the chest. And exhale, squeeze your breath out. So we're going to open up the chest one more time, a big inhale, and exhale into your downward dog, hips nice and high. We're just going to walk it out here, lengthening the spine. And from here, walking it out, let's inhale up onto our toes. Exhale, reach the heels down, push the shoulders away from your hands, hips nice and high. And you can step, hop, or even just walk through towards your hands. So a little separation between your feet. Let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reaching the arms up above the head. Inhaling here. And exhale your palms to heart center, standing in your mountain pose. Shoulders relaxed and down. So we're going to do a little more standing at the beginning of the class, and then we're going to make our way down to the mat for a nice gentle stretch using the strap. So again, if you don't have one, maybe you want to quickly grab one. And from here, in our mountain pose, let's reach the arms up. And let's sit back into our chair and hold it here. Nice and low. And we're going to try and take 3 deep breaths. You can take your hands out in front of you if you like. You can take your hands to your hips even. Go where you're comfortable. And we're going to take our hands to heart center. We're going to do a nice twist to the right side, hooking that left elbow to the outside of the right knee or the inside of the left knee. Lift up through the chest and then twist. So we're rounded in the back. Lift up, lengthen, twist. Go where you can. You can even extend your arms if you like. Now while we're holding it here, let's balance onto the right foot and take a nice big step back with the left leg. And make that little adjustment that you need to. You're still in your twisted lunge. And from here, you have the option to take your hands wide if you prefer, looking up your right arm. So remember you can use your cushion if you need a little more height, a little more length in that left arm. Taking a nice deep breath here, inhale. Exhale, let's take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Turn the left heel down and let's twist open to the other side. So again, we want to hold it here. And if you're rounded in your back, let's try using that cushion. Let's bend the knee and we'll lift the chest a little bit more. So from here, we'll take one more deep breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, taking your hand down. And from here, let's turn back onto the toes. And we're going to drop that back knee down. Flatten the foot. And we're going to shuffle that right foot out to the side. And we can stay here. You can simply stay here on your hands. Some of you might want a deeper stretch in the hips. So you can turn that right knee out to the right side, rolling onto the edge of your foot. And you might come down on your forearms. You might even come down to your chest. For me this morning, I'm happy on my hands. So go where you like, we're just gonna breathe here. 2 more slow and deep breaths. Feel a good stretch in your hips, even in the front of your hip flexor here. Now we're going to take the knee back in, come back up onto your hands, curl the left toes under, lift the knee back to where we started in that lunge. And from here, we're just going to take a nice step forward with the left foot. A little separation between the feet, roll yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time, reaching the arms up, inhale. And just like we did on the right side, let's sit back into our chair. So staying right here. Remember your options. If you want to balance a little more, reach the hips further, go lower, you can take your hands forward. You can keep your hands to heart center. We can reach our arms up. So when you feel the burn in Hatha, you want to focus on that breath. Try and be still. And we'll take our hands to heart center. So going for that twist, your elbow might be on the inside of the knee or the outside of the left knee. But remember, we want to lift the chest and then twist. And see if your knees are aligned, your hips are aligned. Holding it here, breathing. Now balancing on that left leg, we're going to try and take a big step back with that right foot. Find that positioning, lifting up to the chest, and your options to extend your arms. Use a little support. If you find yourself like this with a rounded back, let's try and use that cushion. And remember, these props are just an extension of your arm so that you can lift up and lengthen and then twist. One more breath here. Inhale as we're open. Exhale, taking your hand down, turning the right heel down, opening up to the other side. So the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Hands along the shoulders. Again, rounded back might mean a little more bend in that front leg. Two more breaths. Inhale to open up. Exhale to come down. So just like we did before, rock back onto your toes. Shuffle that left foot out to the side a little. You can take that right knee down, flatten the foot. We can stay here. We can come down onto our forearms. You can come down to your chest if you like, and you can also push the knee out, rolling to the edge of your left foot. And you feel a nice stretch in the left hip, feeling a nice stretch in the front of your right hip. We're just gonna hold it here. So again, wherever you want to go this morning. Let's go ahead, take the knee in, curl the toes under, lift the knee. Take your hand to the outside of your foot. Let's take a step forward with your right foot. Rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Reaching the arms up. Opening in the chest, inhale. And exhale. Your palms to heart center. So like I said, a little more intensity standing. And then we're gonna make our way down to the mat for a nice gentle stretch. So if you're warm, your heart rate's up, stay strong. We're gonna keep going here. So our hands to heart center. Let's keep ourselves here. We wanna lengthen. If you have an arch in the back, let's draw the belly in. We're gonna balance on that right foot. Find your focus point, and we're slowly gonna hinge at our hips to go in to our warrior three, holding it here. And I want you to try and keep your hands to heart center. And it's hard to see ourselves, so we just really need to feel. We need to feel that the left hip can come down. We're trying to square the hips to the mat, do what you can. And again, like I said, it's hard to see. And maybe if we're here, we can stay here as long as we're lengthened. Maybe you can hinge a little bit more at your hips. And maybe you can try and think wherever you feel parallel to the floor. Keep your focus on that one point. Now we're gonna try and bend that balancing leg. We're gonna reach our hands forward and hold here. You think you can keep your palms together, reaching the left heel back. Can you squeeze your palms together, straighten the arms, and bring your arms by your ears? And from here, taking your hands back in, we're gonna slowly come up. Don't drop your back foot. Just bring it right through to the front, and extend the arms straight up. Nice and tall here. Try to straighten out that balancing leg. Hold the leg high, inhale. And exhale, let's take the left foot down. Hands to heart center. Stand here, strong and tall in your mountain pose. Slowing your breath. You can use those big circles if you like. We need that focus, that balance on the other side. So if we're ready, hands to heart center, draw the belly in, balancing on that left foot, so spread the toes, hinging at the hip. Let's go ahead slowly into our warrior three. And you might be here, and this is perfectly fine. If we're trying to balance here, just try to lengthen from the top of your head to your heel. We hinge a little more at the hip. Find a focus point. Maybe you can go a little bit further. Reach the right heel back. So reach your heel to the back wall. And now, that hip, let's try to square the hips. And sometimes we arch the back, so we want to draw the navel in, chin off the chest, hinge a little further maybe. One more breath here. Whew. Bending that balancing leg, pushing the hands forward. Try and keep your palms together. Arms by the ears. Chin off the chest. Balance here. Maybe you can hinge and lift your foot a little higher. Squeeze the palms together. Bring them back in. Slowly come up. Ooh, slowly. Good thing I have a wall. Bring your leg out in front of you. Reach the arms up. Hold it here. Chin off the chest, arms by the ears. Lift your leg a little higher if you can. I need to keep my focus point out in front of me. Lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, slowly down. Down with your hands. Catching your breath. Use those big circles if you need to. Close your eyes if it helps. And try to use that focus to slow everything down. Your mountain pose might have your arms by the sides with your palms facing forward. And from here, I'm gonna get you to make a loose fist with your hands, loose wrist. So do this. And from here, we're just gonna give a little Thai massage on our quads, on the sides of our thighs, in the back of the thighs as we fold forward, letting the head drop, letting the arms drop, and we're just gonna sway from side to side. Loosen up in the neck. And while we're here, we're gonna do a little twist. So from here, we're gonna take our feet to the width of our mats. So our feet a little wide. And your hands, if they're in front of your feet, let's walk them forward a little bit, just a little. You can use your pillow or your block if you need to for a little more height. So we're gonna take our left hand to center, doesn't matter what side, but one hand to center out in front of you and take the other one around to your ankle, your calf, the outside of your foot. And we're just gonna come into a nice spinal twist. Now your hips will tend to shift to the direction you're looking. Let's try to bring the hips slowly back to center for a deeper stretch across the back, a deeper stretch in the thighs. 2 more deep breaths. One more breath. And release the hand back forward. So again, your feet are still wide, not too far from your feet, and switch to the other side. Your hips will tend to go out in the direction you're looking. Let's bring the hips back to center. And remember to put your hand on a block or a pillow if you need that arm extension. If you have nice long legs, you might need a little support there. So let's take 2 more deep breaths. And we'll release our grip, taking our hands forward. So from here, we're gonna turn our toes out, so our feet are still wide. Toes out wide. We're gonna bend the knees. And we're going to try and curl the tailbone under into that squat with the elbows to the inside of the knees. And here in Malasana, you can use a block to sit on. If some of you can get right under with your tailbone and lift up through the chest, go ahead. And if it's a little tough on the knees, we can stay right here. Just do what you can. Try to lift up through the chest, open up in the chest. And some people, this isn't super comfortable. And some of you could sit here for a while, and if you can, great. Maybe you want to take a little more time here. I'm going to try and take 2 more deep breaths. And from here, we're going to take our knees down to our mat. We're going to keep our knees wide. We're just going to sit back into child's pose, feeling a nice stretch across the back. And while we're here, we might as well do a nice stretch on our sides where we walk our hands out to the left side. Let's lean into the right side. So lean into the opposite side of your hands. One more breath here. And we'll come back to center. Take a breath at the center. And walking the hands out to the right side. If you can get your hips down on your heels, of course, sit back. And if it's a little tough on the knees, we're just gonna bring a pillow between the thighs and the heels. Sorry, I forgot to mention. So let's lean to the left side, hands out to the right. And it relaxes you that much more when you close your eyes, when you're breathing, when you're taking those deep breaths. 2 more breaths here. Some of you, your leg is past above your head. That's okay. You need to go wherever you're comfortable. And if we can, we want to try and keep the other hip down to the floor. So just pay attention here. And again, what are your face muscles doing? Are you relaxed in your cheeks and your neck? One more breath here. We'll come back to center. And from here, switching into the other hand. We're not going far, just a little lift with your right hip. Just a little lift, and then you can feel the stretch on the outer thigh. So just feel the stretch first. I know you're tempted to drop your leg right over. But let's try and straighten out the leg, feel the stretch. And after a few breaths, if you feel you want to lift your hip all the way up and bring your leg all the way across, you can come into that full twist. Be gentle when you're going into that twist. You might even take the pillow underneath of your foot to rest. Just depending on how far you want to go here. We'll take 2 more slow and deep breaths. One more breath. And we'll come back to center. And one last time. Let's just come forward with the leg right at the center. You might notice your leg a little closer this time, or maybe that left leg is flat on the mat. Good. And releasing, switching to the other leg. If you need to do a little shake out in that right leg first, go ahead. So just like we did on the other side, bring your arms through if you can, and just let the weight of your arms pull your leg in. You might notice a little more tightness on one side. Breath here. We try to take the grip in our left hand, taking our right arm out to the side, inhale, and exhale. Let's open up in the left hip. So again, go where you can. You might be all the way down to the floor, but let's try to keep that right hip down, even if you have to take your hand to your hip, just to be a little more aware. Again, how are your face muscles? What are your shoulders doing? I want you to try and close your eyes if they're not closed already. And take 2 more deep breaths. And we'll slowly come back to center. Switching to the other hand, and again, we're not going all the way. We're just lifting our left hip about 1 inch off the floor. Maybe you're pulling your leg in a little more. Maybe you need to release, that's okay. Just a couple more breaths here. And if you feel like you'd like to come all the way across with your leg, go ahead and lift your hip. So remember the option to rest your foot on the pillow, or maybe you prefer the floor. Go where you're comfortable. Be gentle on your spine.
So you say you wanna get away. We don't need a plane.
And 2 more breaths here.
Take you to a place where there's no time, no space.
Slowly coming back to center. And one more time. Let's pull the leg in. And for me, I can feel a big difference this time. So just breathe a couple breaths. And to finish off here, we're going to bring both feet into the strap. We're coming to the end. Let's try to bring the chin down. The back of the neck is straight. And just pulling the legs in, straighten out the legs, go where you can. You might find yourself here feeling the stretch. This is perfectly fine, even if you have a bend in your knees. It's okay, as long as you feel the stretch. 2 more breaths. From here, releasing your feet. We'll just hug the knees into the chest, a nice little rock side to side. We're going to take the bottom of the feet together, let the knees fall open. Just coming into your butterfly here, reaching the arms up, inhale. And exhale, letting your elbows bend, letting your palms face up, your chest opens up.
Listen to the waves, let it come, wash away your pain. What could be your fantasy?
Let's bend our legs down. We'll do a nice long stretch here. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale to hug the knees into the chest. A nice little rock side to side. And from here, holding under your thighs, roll yourself up to seated. I want you to have a little energy today. So from here, we're just going to take a moment to set an intention for yourself. Maybe you want to send some good energy to somebody in need. Please do that. From here, everyone will reach our arms up. We'll open the chest, take a nice big inhale. And then exhale your palms to heart center. Thank you for joining this morning. I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste. And I hope to see you tonight for Power Yoga on Facebook. Bye-bye.